Good afternoon, everybody. مرحبا جميعا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you for joining us today for another interview with a candidate that we all know of. And I want to thank you also for taking the time and the interest in knowing who your candidates are. And I want to thank Scott for being here today and from this very busy schedule, especially with the early elections just like a day away. Mm-hmm. He found the time to come in and meet with us today as well for you to know who he is and what he stands for, and for you to decide who is your best candidate that you want to vote for. You have the right to vote for anybody, but most importantly is to vote. Most importantly is to practice your right and participate, and not stand by or watch things happen, but make it happen for yourself and for your community. So without further ado, Scott, thanks very much for being here today.
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it, and merhaba to all of the viewers.
Thank you. So Scott, for those who don't know you, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Scott Gillingham, and I've been a city councillor for 2 terms, which is 8 years. I've been representing the ward of St. James. And during my time on city council, for the first 2 years, I was chair of the police board. And then for the last almost 6 years of my time on council, I have been the chair of the finance committee. But before that, I actually, for 20 years before that, I was an ordained minister. I was a pastor of a church.
Wow.
And so certainly appreciate the importance of faith communities within our city and the strength that they bring to making a stronger Winnipeg.
Wonderful. And what's your family background?
So I'm married to Marla. Marla and I have been married 29 years. And we have 2 adult children. Hannah, she's 26 years of age, and our son Andrew is 24. They're both in Winnipeg. Both of our kids are in Winnipeg.
Wonderful.
And I grew up on a farm just outside of Winnipeg, about an hour outside of Winnipeg. And my family's still on the farm there.
Wonderful. And how is politics playing a role with your family? Like, how do you balance between these two?
I can tell you this, I give credit to Mayor Brian Bowman, because when he first got elected mayor, his children were very, very young. So I don't know how he and his wife Tracy have done it. Again, because my children are adults, they're fairly independent and of course doing their own thing. I'm really blessed in that my family has always been very supportive of me entering politics when I did in 2014, and even today in this mayoral campaign, they're all involved in one way or another.
Oh, nice.
In the campaign, either dropping literature or taking videos of events or
nice.
attending functions with me.
Oh, it's nothing like family support. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, we as Winnipeggers, we love the city. We love our city. We see it changing and growing. So I've been here for 22 years, I believe, and Winnipeg has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. But there are also some challenges that we face as Winnipeggers. We don't like sometimes our potholes in the streets, broken streets. We don't like sometimes when we're compared at high crime rates compared to some other cities. Some real challenges we face. We love our community at large, and also our community who have suffering, like for example, homeless community. How do we look after them? How do we actually get them engaged in the community? Some of these challenges, how do you anticipate dealing with them if you are elected as a mayor?
All right, and I appreciate that, and that's one of the reasons I'd like to tell your viewers. One of the reason I'm running to be mayor is because I too love this city. I absolutely love Winnipeg, and I'm committed to Winnipeg as you are. And you're right. So many of the challenges we face right now, they can be overcome if we work together. The theme of my campaign is uniting to build a stronger Winnipeg, because I know that the very challenges you've talked about, we can tackle, but we can't do it by ourselves. And the city of Winnipeg and the mayor cannot do it by themselves. We need partners. So we need partners between the city and the provincial and federal governments, but we need partners between the city and business, non-for-profit groups, faith groups, cultural groups, that we can come together and tackle these challenges. Some of the items, the issues you pointed out, I believe right now I've got the current experience, the right combination of current experience on council to know what we do well as a city and what we need to do differently, and the opportunities that we have to seize. I've got a plan to tackle these challenges. So to reduce crime by focusing on crime prevention and establishing a coordinated community safety strategy that we'll implement. And when I say coordinated, it's about not just the police helping out, but a table kind of like we're sitting at today that would be, together we would build a community safety plan. And police would be at the table, but so would groups like the Bear Clan, business groups, departments from the province of Manitoba for health, mental health. I've got a plan to invest in our roads, to reduce the number of potholes like you talk about, to do a better job of snow clearing. Also to address homelessness and addiction. And for homelessness, it's by building modular housing to help people get off the street into housing, and then to provide the services they need for mental health and addiction services. So all of these things we can tackle, and I've got it sitting in front of me, a platform.
Yeah, I see that.
Voteforscott.ca. If people go to my website, voteforscott.ca, they can see the entire platform there.
Wonderful. City of Winnipeg and any other city in North America usually have a flagship area. Most cities do it in downtown. So you go to downtown and you, whether it's Toronto or Calgary and so on, Minneapolis and so on. How do we bring businesses back to Winnipeg, to downtown Winnipeg, from businesses which left downtown because of safety issues or because of maybe parking issues or road issues? How do we do that?
Well, I've got a whole part in my platform about the downtown. What is really key to Winnipeg's downtown is the need to get more people living in the downtown. To get more people living in the downtown, that creates the vibrancy and the sheer volume of people that businesses need. I'm thinking about not too far from here, there's a bagel shop that opened up, right? For that shop to survive, they need customers. If there's an insurance broker, they need customers. And Winnipeg our downtown can't rely on the office workers the way we used to be able to, who are here from 9 to 5, because now after COVID, after the pandemic, a lot of people working from home part-time.
That's correct.
There's not as many people in the downtown.
That's
you probably see it, your offices are here, you probably see there's not as many people in the downtown now. So we need to get more people living in the downtown. I have a plan to do that. We will take we give permission for property owners that have office buildings to convert some of their floors, if they want to residential. So maybe you have
mixed use.
Mixed use. Retail on the bottom, a couple office floors, and then residential.
As we've seen some other Vancouver and other cities.
Exactly. Also looking at like Portage Place Mall, transforming that so that there's housing there and affordable housing. But we have to address safety in the downtown too. So I will, I've said I will commit to continue the funding and extend funding for the Downtown Community Safety Partnership. And we will build out the Downtown Biz Economic Recovery Plan, their plan to restore the downtown. We had a lot of momentum actually in our downtown before the pandemic hit. And the pandemic obviously cooled everything. Now it's time to recapture that momentum and get more people coming downtown and living downtown. Our arts community is an important part of our city. Most of our arts community is centered in our downtown. I said that I will restore the funding to the Winnipeg Arts Council to the pre-pandemic levels. That means they'll have more funds available to attract more people to the downtown for a theater, for a museum, a gallery, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and that's actually a point that I was going to ask. The young generation in Winnipeg, we see some of them going to other cities again to seek opportunities. You mentioned one of the things that we can keep them here, attract them to stay with us here, and maybe look into our professionals who also graduate from our universities to stay in Winnipeg. I think that's very important to try and keep this great production of our youth back in Winnipeg here. It's very challenging because there's some interesting and exciting opportunities outside, but I think I want to hear from you. How do we make Winnipeg stand on the map or stay be one of the top ones on the map here?
Yeah, well, like many of you viewers today, as I said a moment ago, my kids are in their 20s and I want them to stay here. I want them, I've said before, to move across the street or across the neighborhood and not across the country. And so that's really important that for me that they have the kind of city that that they enjoy. And I'm sure that many of you watching today have children as well, and you want the same thing for your kids, that they plant roots here and have the opportunity to thrive here. That's the kind of city that I want to build, and I'm committed to building. And to your question, specifically, so it's got to be the kind of city that gives the next generation's opportunity at a good education, opportunity at a good job. They've got to have access to a strong economy and a diverse, a diverse opportunity of jobs. And so I'm the only candidate in this race who has talked about investing in Winnipeg's economy to create this sense of growth, so that businesses that are here can expand, and that businesses that are not here can look at Winnipeg and say, that's where we want to set up shop. We want to come and invest and create jobs and help create wealth and prosperity and opportunity for people. I know what my kids need and want, and they want a good transit system that's frequent, and it's a modern transit system for a modern city. They want a vibrant downtown that we've talked about, and the opportunity to have a house or an apartment or a condominium, affordable.
Yeah.
Winnipeg still has that going for it over many other cities, where you can buy, you can get into the housing market here a lot easier than you can in Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto right now.
Yeah.
So we have that advantage. We have universities here. We have professional sports team. We have an excellent arts community here as well. And I think for most of us, what is perhaps one of the most important things in our lives is family and connections, right? So if we can make it a city, which I want to make it a city where families can be strong and healthy and thrive, then the pull of family is a powerful thing, right? And can keep us together. That's the kind of city I envision.
And from the ones from the many reasons you mentioned why you're running for mayor, which one of those reasons, or maybe there's maybe another reason why that is so close to your heart that made you make the decision that Scott, I'm going to run for mayor. Tell us about that, please.
It's people and serving people. I love people. I love serving people. I want to see people do better. I want to do what I can from whatever chair, whatever position, to do my part to make the lives of other people, of others better. And so I'm really excited about Winnipeg's potential. Yes, we've got challenges, but we can tackle them, and we can address those challenges if we address them together. And for example, if we can help, more people get off the street and into housing, if we can help more people get free from their addiction, if we can help more people, seniors, if we can help more seniors get into an affordable house or an affordable apartment, just if we can help people have opportunity to prosper and be stronger in their lives, I think that's at the heart of why I'm running, just trying to help and serve people.
Wonderful, amazing. I want to leave. I want to end with one last question. I want to leave that for you to address the audience who's watching us today.
Sure.
What would you say to the audience to encourage them to vote?
Sure, thank you. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Again, I just want to thank everybody today for taking the time to watch. And yes, I encourage you to vote. And if you've got a moment, please go to my platform or my website, voteforscott.ca, and you can check out my platform. And if my values don't align with yours, I respect that. But please maybe check out other candidates, and what's really, really important is that you vote. Our city is, the city motto for Winnipeg is one with the strength of many. And that's really true. Winnipeg's diversity is our strength. Right now across this city, we need more and more people moving here from all over the world. We need more immigration. We need more people moving in from outside of Winnipeg into our city to fill the labor market. And as that happens, we're going to become increasingly diverse, and that's a good thing. I'm excited about that. And together, we're stronger, and I'm committed to working with others to build a stronger city. Thank you.
Scott, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate you coming here, and I really appreciate your time from this very, very busy campaign you're running, and I wish you all the best, and thank you for addressing the audience. And we're going to do what we need to do to make the city better with your help and with everybody's help.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everyone, and thanks for watching with us another episode. I want to thank you. وأشكركم جميعا للمتابعة. And I wish that you will exercise your right to vote and see which candidate speaks more to your values, to what you need and what you are looking for in Winnipeg as a city for the next 10 years or 20 years. Don't look into only the next 1 or 2 years, and let's make the city the best city in Canada, because we are all Winnipeggers and we love it so much. Thanks again, and God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.